We just pulled up to Ikeshima, and it is looking rather creepy, this activity that we're going to do. And I know you know nothing about it, but we'll get into it once we know a little bit more about it. But it's brought us to a creepy little island over here that we don't know whether it's inhabited or not, but we do know that it has or had a mining industry. And this is either the remnants or the lasting bits that are still functional or are functioning of what was happening on this island. We don't really know too much about it. It's just an oddity.
まだ10分の映像見てから。
Okay, so the deal is that Ikeshima is a old island that they used to do coal mining on for like 50 years, and they stopped doing it because it got too expensive to like have the manpower do it. It's cheaper to do it in other countries or whatever. So the coal is still here, the mines are still here, and we are still here.
Yeah, but people are still coming here.
And the island is mostly like uninhabited now. There's only a few hundred people that live here. So like it's like kind of a dead island, but for some reason some people are still here, and we're about to go into the earth.
Yep. Look at my getup.
You look dope.
I did the horn again. They put us on like a little train, and I don't know exactly where it's going to take us. We think it's going to go into the earth, but right now it's kind of going through like a haunted village of industry. Lots of rust, lots of buildings that have just decayed. I feel like it's just going to break down. It's time. The little one. Insane that somebody's like, hey, let me take you down in this mine. Really? Let's do that. This is exactly this right here, what was in the book. Like these cords just hanging from the ceiling and this kind of dilapidated situation. I couldn't tell what it was. So I wrote miner for a day on the paper, and that's exactly kind of what it is. We're not really mining because there's no more mining to be done here, but we really are in the middle of the earth. This is not the middle. It's a little too hot there, but this is awesome and kind of dangerous to not be looking where you're going. I think this is called the Lode Heta, and it is scary looking. Like, it looks like something that you'd see in a Guar set. Like, they would make this machine that would just tear things down. Very awesome. It's huge. Still going. Still going. Still going. All the way down to here. They're showing us a surprising amount of machinery, and this behind me is the drum kata. And it is amazing. They turned it on. It's officially like one of my favorite contraptions of construction. It looks like Godzilla's claw. Just perpetual Godzilla's claw. We also get to play with them.
はい、どうぞ。思いっきり。
Watch your head.
煙の中を置くときはこれを加えて、そしてこれで鼻をつまんでこうして。いく。はい、ここは昔の炭鉱を再現したところなんです。
This is a shelter that if they had an emergency, they would come in here, and there's like radios and oxygen and biscuits. Everything you need to survive.
Hop up! 終わりです。
際はですね、これだけ穴を開けるんですよ。
We're walking around this little island with a little bit of time that we've got before going to the ferry, and we're walking up this hill, and I saw this little sign. And this little sign down here says, beware of the trap or like snare for like an animal. And at first I was like, wait, beware of the what? Because I couldn't read this because I don't know the kanji for trap or like snare. So I looked it up. I was like, oh, okay, so beware of the trap. And then I was like, whoa, wait a second here. Beware of the trap. What are they trying to trap on this little deserted island? And what it turns out to be is down here in this little like hole, there is a fairly large looking box with a door that would fall, like a snare or a trap, for something that would be like a big damn dog.
It's a trap.
And I was like, whoa, what are they trying to catch in here? Because like something that big could be kind of a nerve-wracking sized animal. And then of course you walk like 3 feet and Japan has made another sign for us that I didn't see right away. And this says that they're trying to trap inoshishi, which are wild boars. And that's a bit sketchy because in the past on trips to Kyushu, we've met people that have lived in the wilderness and they're like, be careful of these wild pigs because they will attack you. So now we're alone on this deserted island, walking around, waiting for a boat, trying not to get eaten by a pig. The tour was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was definitely cool.
And it's definitely a coal mine. And I'm trying to remember everything that was said, but it sounded like it had run from the 50s until like the mid 2000, like 2005-ish time period, I think is what he said. And it was just like straight up, they were digging coal out of the ground. And they didn't run out, but they quit mining because the cost of labor here was higher than it was in like other markets. So they just couldn't keep it going. They didn't run out. I mean, there's tons of coal still here. And they have these tunnels that go way under the ocean. And there's a lot of them. He showed us a lot of different things and explained that a whole lot of the people that worked here were actually from Indonesia and Vietnam. And when you're down there, a lot of the signs were marked in what I'm assuming is Indonesian.
Yeah, I was like, what?
Yeah.
They're getting a lot of tourists from there, eh?
Yeah, I think they were just trying to leave leave you with the idea that that is who was doing a lot of the mining and stuff. And he had shown us like a bunch of the tools and stuff, and you would have seen all that when we filmed it when we were down there. And he talked a lot about the safety and stuff that went on with making sure that things don't explode inside of the coal mine because of like oxygen levels and things that are monitoring things. And they're using dynamite down there to blast holes in things. And that's what the tool that we had used, like I showed Katie drilling, that they're drilling holes into the walls and then pounding dynamite into it and then blowing it up.
I don't know if they're pounding the dynamite in, maybe sliding the dynamite in.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, it was a cool little tour, and the dude seemed like that he was here when it was happening, the way he was talking.
I couldn't tell if it was or not, or if he just got to be the lucky guy that's now retired and gets to come to the island and do the tour on the island. You know, you put in your hours.
There's a lot of people, they live here still, and it's a dead island.
Yes.
Like there's nothing here. There's no stores, but there are some like apartment buildings that still exist that people are living in, and
people are going fishing.
Yes.
Fishing's a thing.
I'm not super clear on why people still live here. It doesn't seem like they have like tracts of land and their family just has it or whatever. That doesn't seem like the motivation. So it's a bit of an anomaly, and we don't have anybody to ask about it at the moment. So
what about this cat? This cat knows everything.
The cat lives here.
There we go. Yeah, you're into it. Yep. Oh yeah. I do the massage, not the pet.
Bit of cat recess there.
Yeah, you gotta take a break when you see the cat.
So after the tour, they just kind of let you wander around the island. And that's what we're doing. We're walking around it.
It doesn't seem like you should be here.
No, it doesn't seem like you should be here. But dude, look. I'm gonna spin around so everybody can see. This building behind us, there's like fresh laundry hanging there.
Yeah.
So people are living in this.
And let me put this in perspective. There's no convenience store here. I don't even.
Not that we've seen.
Supermarket.
Yeah, where are they getting food and stuff?
I don't know. Oh wow, you got to spin around for this building because next to the inhabited building is this building.
And
oh my goodness.
That has got to be dead.
It
that's definitely
me of
dead.
That we saw a mudslide place once.
Yeah, in Hokkaido.
And yeah, all of the windows are like the doors are just taken off this building. So that's right next to where people are living. It doesn't make any sense.
And you wouldn't have to come on a tour to come here. You could just come on a boat and get off the boat and walk over here and walk around if you wanted to. So if you're into like abandoned stuff, this might be a place to come check out. It's really kind of spooky, to be completely honest.
Indeed.
Just when we thought there was absolutely nothing here, this is a city hall and this is a post office. It seems to be that they still operate, like they're still functional. So there's definitely a population of people here. I am dying to know what the industry would possibly be, because there were only like 6 people on our tour and that's not pushing the numbers.
This is a toilet map and there's only one 24-hour toilet. All the other ones close at like 6:30 or 7 o'clock, so
I'm impressed that there's public toilets.
Best be close to number 3 if you stay in the night.
So I googled the population. 147 people live on this island.
That's actually a high number.
Yeah, it's more than it feels like. I'm used to seeing like abandoned buildings and stuff now and then in Tokyo or in the suburbs of Tokyo and stuff, but to see an entire abandoned village or an island that's essentially completely abandoned is a bit spooky. And what I think hits a little bit deep is that I wonder if this is going to be representative of a lot of places in Japan in the future, with the population like in a steep decline and the people who do live in Japan moving like just into the big cities.
Yeah.
So is this like just like a mirror into the future of most of Japan's countryside or smaller villages and stuff? It's pretty spooky to think that like at one point like it's going to be like a country that's going to have like these things speckled all over it.
Yeah. I didn't think about that. Gotta go tea. My bad. I'm not doing it. I can't do it. I haven't practiced. I can't do it.
You got that one's attention.
Oh. Yeah. I don't have it today. Sometimes your throat's just like perfect.
Your Yagigo isn't rolling.
Yeah, Yagigo is not good.
Something that's cool that they explained to us on the tour is the namesake of the island, which is Ikeshima. And the Ike part means pond and the Shima part means island. And they kept saying like, well, it's called Ikeshima, but it doesn't have a pond anymore. And the reason is because this is what now the harbor is, where the boat came to drop us off and goes out to the sea that way. Used to be a pond, but they dug out a part of it so they could turn it into a harbor, so that I guess back in the day they would be able to load the boats up with coal and move them off the island. So it's got a pond lake, a pond island thing going on, but there's no ponds. So maybe they should rename this to be like, you know, harbor harbor island or something. This video is a highlight from our currently ongoing series in Kyushu, Japan. On screen on the left and down below, I've linked the full video to check out. Make sure you're subscribed for more highlights.